My Lady, the Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court, Honorable Lady Justice Martha Koome, my Lord, the President of the Court of Appeal, Mr. Justice Daniel Musinga, permit me to adopt the protocols as they have been enumerated by Duncan Okello. I greet you all. Good morning. My Lord President Justice Daniel Musinga, I will not congratulate you for having been elected to serve as President of the Court of Appeal and on your assumption to office today. Compliments must go to your 13 brothers and sisters. They made the right choice. They and we should not be disappointed 5 years from now when you pass on the baton to another president. For you, my Lord the President, I will say this: be prepared to offer your blood, toil, tears, and sweat, as did Sir Winston Churchill on May 13, 1940, upon appointment as Prime Minister. At the time, the English Empire faced the greatest threat of its history, Adolf Hitler's insatiable appetite and greed for world domination. As Churchill before you, my Lord the President, you must deliver to the Court of Appeal victory at all costs and redeem the Court of Appeal from the shame of being the graveyard of jurisprudence, to quote Chief Justice Emeritus Dr. Willie Mutunga. My Lord the President, this is a hurdle within your aptitude to surmount. Your ability to rule fairly, lawfully, and justly in election disputes is documented. The first judgment invalidating an election after the disputed 2007 general elections in Manson Nyamweya versus James Omingo Bagara was a product of your mind and hands. The principles you set have endured and informed electoral laws and judicial precedent in election disputes. Many present may recall that you, my Lord the President, blazed the trail in constitutionalism and the rule of law upon the promulgation of the Constitution. It is you, my Lord the President, who stopped the unconstitutional appointments of Chief Justice, Attorney General, Director of Public Prosecutions, Auditor General by President Mwai Kibaki, which were made in January 28, 2011. The ruling in Crew versus Attorney General has informed many decisions, including the one made yesterday declaring as unconstitutional and quashing Executive Order Number 1 of 2020. You're all familiar that by that executive order, President Uhuru Kenyatta had annexed the judiciary, its tribunals, commissions, and independent offices under the executive, effectively re-establishing the judicature. As you know very well, the 2010 Constitution repealed the system in which the judiciary was a department of the executive. It is not in doubt, therefore, my Lord the President, that you have the wherewithal to resurrect the Court of Appeal from the graveyard of progressive jurisprudence, commissions, and independent offices under the executive, effectively re-establishing the judicature. As you know very well, the 2010 Constitution repealed the system in which the judiciary was a department of the executive. It is not in doubt, therefore, my Lord the President, that you have the wherewithal to resurrect the Court of Appeal from the graveyard of progressive jurisprudence. The management of several issues will determine your scorecard as President of the Court of Appeal at the tail end of a tenure. The management of several issues will determine your scorecard as President of the Court of Appeal at the tail end of a tenure. 1, there is a widely held view that the Court of Appeal is mapped by the executive. My Lord, the President, until the swearing in of 7 judges of the Court of Appeal last week, 5 of your judges were categorized as available for executive bidding. 4 were classified as approachable, if needed. 3 were known to be approachable, whilst 1 was unavailable. My Lord the President, they are known. My Lord the President, it is hoped that the mapping will not extend to the new 7. My Lord the President, please solve this problem internally. And you need to do it before it returns the Court of Appeal to the state that necessitated the infamous purge and vetting of magistrates and judges in 2003 and 2012. Number 2, my Lord the President, the Court of Appeal appears to have discarded the tradition of judicial committee, especially where the executive is interested. There ought to be consistency in precedent set by the Court of Appeal. For instance, it cannot be explained how the Court of Appeal departs from its own precedent, assumes jurisdiction on matters live before the High Court, and determines them with finality in interlocutory applications. My Lord the President, the recent trend in this regard is worrisome, and I'm sorry to say, is embarrassing. 3, the quality of judgments and rulings of the Court of Appeal has dwindled in the last 10 years. Applications for stay of execution are often determined perfunctorily as though it is a lot. Judgments upon hearings of appeals do not inspire confidence in the Court of Appeal. Quite often, many judgments of the High Court tend to dwarf those of the Court of Appeal in jurisprudential quotient. It is time to restore the lost glory of the Court of Appeal and have judgments that read like those of Justices Nella, Nyarangi, Kwaj, GBM Kariuki, Justice Al-Nashir Visram, and Justice Waki. And this is very fundamental and dear to my society. My Lord the President, the Law Society is a key partner of the judiciary and this court by propulsion of law. I suspect that is the only reason why I have been invited there. Here. We must therefore work together even on occasions where we do not agree with each other. As we speak, the society does not have a representative to the Judicial Service Commission. Why? Because there is pending in this court since March 3rd, 2021, an appeal on this issue. Why has it not been determined? If the Court of Appeal cannot hear the Law Society, the organization upon which all of us derived a certificate to be either an advocate or a judge, then I do not know which litigant will get a hearing before this court. My Lord the President, the other day, a matter of great public interest, dissolution of Parliament, was determined by the Court of Appeal without notice or hearing the Law Society, a party to the dispute before the High Court. It is imperative that the Court of Appeal hears the society. The Court of Appeal need not agree with the position of the society. Indeed, that is the nature of the rule of law. However, just give us a hearing, and a fair hearing at that. 5, my Lord the President, the remaining 4 judges of the Court of Appeal must be gazetted and sworn in pronto. I do not ascribe to the negotiations that are proposed to be undertaken in this enterprise. The rule of law must be upheld from top, bottom. President Uhuru Kenyatta should not subject the judiciary and the people of Kenya to his endemic, unmitigated violation of the Constitution and disdain for the rule of law. On its part, and I'm glad, my Lord, the Attorney General is here, the Law Society of Kenya resolved last year to petition Parliament, and I'm also glad the Speaker of the National Assembly is here, to impeach the President for violating the Constitution in respect of this matter. And I do not speak alone, because when we spoke about this issue last year in May and July, many here thought I was insane. But my voice has been added to by 2 Chief Justices. Where is the problem? And my learned good friend, the Speaker of the National Assembly, you are an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. It is your responsibility to oversight the executive. And fundamentally, when all is said and done, we all derive our professional existence from the oath we took to uphold the law. My Lord the President, the Society further resolved to commence the expulsion of the holders of the offices of the Attorney General and the Solicitor General from the membership for admitting to misadvising the President on this matter. I'm afraid that this process has stalled by pending litigation before the Court of Appeal. It is my plea that the Court of Appeal will expeditiously determine this matter in order that the Society may complete the initiative that was started last year. My Lord the President, as I conclude, I want you to be assured of the unwavering support of the Law Society of Kenya as a statutory organization, and that of myself in your service to the people of Kenya. Please, I beseech you, my Lord, do not bend to the deafening blitz of coercion and oppression from the executive. Protect the reputation of the Court of Appeal. My Lord the President, in the unlikely event that doubt afflicts your mind in the performance of your duties, please heed the advice of Prime Minister David Cameron's father, as captured in his memo. For the record, if you are not sure what to do, just do the right thing. My Lord the President, we will stand with you to the very end. Just do the right thing. Serve the people of Kenya with conviction and distinction. My Lord the President, may God protect you and bless you as you serve the judiciary in your capacity as President of the Court of Appeal, as you serve the people of Kenya in upholding the Constitution and the rule of law. May God bless you. May God bless the people of Kenya. May God sustain the independence of the judiciary, at the same time holding it accountable through the people. Asanteni sana.